Hello Corinth family, Pastor Nick here. I wanted to reach out to you with this video because you've received a couple communications from me about this questionnaire, this survey that's been coming. So I want to talk a little bit about that, but I've also asked some help from Tim Summers, who's the chair of the Board of Elders, along with Wayne Miller, who is the incoming chair or the chair-elect of the same board. Sometimes people will say, things like surveys, they're unbiblical. Where do you find biblical precedent for this? Well, actually a lot of places. In Numbers chapter 1, God instructs Moses to do this, to take a census of the people. Why? Because God knew that Israel had a mission ahead, and so Moses needed to know who was in what tribe and how many fighting men there were before you go into battle. In Numbers chapter 13, God sends 12 spies into the land to check out the land. Is the fruit good? What are the fortifications like? Where are the strongholds? And so 12 spies go in. Now, only 2 bring back a good report, but they were data gathering. They were gathering information. We're going to be doing much the same thing. God's got a mission for us. God's got a promised land that we're walking into step by step. We need information, and we need your help.
So we're conducting a church survey so that we can know presently where we are as a church membership.
The survey is one of the first parts of a larger strategic planning process at Corinth. Through the survey, along with market data, ministry self-evaluations, and upcoming focus groups, we hope to get a good understanding of who we are as a church, and better yet, who you think we are as a church.
Corinth has been going through a long period of transition. From the time that Pastor Bob first announced his retirement up into the present day to hiring this new pastor who's still finding his way around. That is a long transition. And the tough thing with transitions is it's hard to move forward. It's hard to say we're going in this direction because we're in transition. I've heard from multiple people saying, you know what, we can't wait till this transition is over because we've been in a holding pattern. So why now? It just makes a lot of sense to start moving forward in anticipation of what God might do.
One, anytime you're collecting data and you're getting data points, you want as many people as possible to participate. We want to know from everyone, from the members that have been here 30 years to the members that have been here for 3 months. What God is speaking to you may be different than someone else, and also people perceive things differently. The perceptions of what church is to be about, and we want to know all of that.
We have been working with an outside agency to receive, compile, and help us interpret the results. The primary means of responding to the survey is via a website. Since some of you may not be entirely comfortable with that, we will offer paper copies.
First of all, you have an option to include your name or an option for your name not to be included. Not that we ask any embarrassing questions, but sometimes, when people do surveys, they want to know, are my answers going to be connected with who I am?
By having your name, the survey company can follow up with you for clarification and identify your interest in participating in one of our focus groups.
Secondly, this is a 10-minute survey, max. If you're spending more than 10 minutes on this survey, you're overthinking it. This is going to be very manageable. We need everyone to complete this survey. The leadership team is going to have to ask this question, well, now we have this data, what do we do with it next? We don't know where God is going with this data. There's no pre-canned answers. There's no agenda. We just want to know, what is God doing? Who has He gathered here at Corinth, and what's the mission field like? So this is a partnership, and once the data comes back to the leadership team, we have to decide what's our method, what are we going to do moving forward. All those questions have yet to be determined. We're just taking this one step at a time.
On behalf of the Corinth Elders, I want to thank you in advance for your participation in the survey. We look forward to the results as we determine next steps in this strategy process and build Corinth Reformed Church into all God wants it to be under His mighty hand.